You are welcome to Mabamanga Computers. Today on this session, I'm going to take you along on how to operate with your computer, looking at the introduction of the computer environment itself, the creation of a folder and subfolders, and how you can be able to navigate and move from folder to folder, how to use or copy from one folder to another, how to manipulate file, how to change your system date and time, how to look at the system capacity, and also some sort of computer management. So that's what we are going to look at on this, and this take the basis or the basics aspect on computer operation. So follow me. Don't forget to share our video, comment if there is any question or a gray area that you could not be able to understand. So before me here is a laptop computer or a laptop environment. If you see from where this my mouse, or let's start from this very place that you are seeing, moving round, this very one that you are seeing, just like a hand, we call it a mouse on a computer or a mouse pointer on a computer system. So anything that you want to do in a computer system, you work with that mouse pointer. So it's your what? It's your arrow, just like the normal handset. While you're operating, you move on the touchpad, right? While you are moving, wherever you want to go, you now take your hand there. So this your pointer is your hand. So basically, on if it's you're operating on a computer system, we have what we call a touchpad name. We also have left click and right click, which basically I'm going to show you how it works. While if someone says you should left click, it means you are now left clicking once. If it is right click, you are right clicking once. If they say double click, so there is a terminology we use in the computer operation, double click. Once we say double click, it means you should what click the left hand side twice, pim like this. So once you click on the left hand side twice, it means you are double clicking. So at this environment, anything you want to do now, it begins from this environment, as you can see. So we call it a desktop environment. We call this very environment that we are seeing as what? As a desktop environment. So anything that we are doing is starting from this environment. So let's look at some basic component or interface of our desktop environment. We have from here down here, as we can see where my mouse pointer, look at it here, down where we have icons here, we call it a taskbar. Complete or throughout of this place, we call it a taskbar. So it means all the applications that you are going to be opening on your computer system lies on this very taskbar. So on this taskbar also we have what we call this very date and time on it, and we also have these icons like the volume icon, the battery icon, the microphone icon, and also we have another hidden icons here, which you can what you can click there. Once you click on it, you can see a lot of icons there, being your Bluetooth, all sort of these small icons that once you on your computer, your system can start working with it. You can locate it here, and the rest are what are the applications you have on your computer system or the folders. So we are going to start with a folder. Your folder on a computer system is these yellowish containers. We call them a folder. Usually a folder is just like an envelope that we use in our offices, which contains a lot of files inside, right? So this is the folder now. It means on your system you can be able to create folders so that it can houses or it can store all other files into that. So if you are going to work with a computer management or file management, it means in your office, every given task should have a folder, just like that you are having volumes by volume, right? In your office, while you are having a cabinet, so those cabinets are labeled volume by volume, isn't it? The first cabinet, maybe you are treating a different scenario of a certain department, the other one of a certain department. So also here, if you are talking of a folder management or a computer management, it means you are going to house this each and every file on a different folder. So how these folders look like, we said they are yellowish in nature, and you can be able to delete, create, and edit also. That we say to rename. So how to create a folder? But before we continue, just remember I'm using Windows 11 Pro, please. If it is on the desktop that you want to create that very folder, you can just right click on an empty space. While you right click on an empty space, we have new here. From this new, we have what we call folder. So once you click on this folder, you will have it like this one. So it means by default, we have a folder already existing, two folders on rename one. One is the new folder and the second one is a new folder too. So that is why we are seeing here, it brings a new folder too. So here, once you create it, as you can see, we are having, once we create this, as we can see, we are having what? We are having it in blue, right? So it means it's ready to accept input from the user. That means you can start typing. So we can start typing, maybe and type. Let's assume we are typing now. Maybe it is Mabamanga training 1 or class 1, anyone we wish. Training 1. So you hit your enter key or you click outside. It depends. Whichever one you want to adopt is okay. You can click inside or now double click on it, or sorry, hit enter key. Once you are done with this, it means you have this very folder. You can move it. How to move it? You can just click on it, you hold your mouse and you navigate. That means you can be able to move this very folder. So with this is the folder now. If you open this folder, how to open it now? You can right click to select open, or you double click on this to open. So this is our folder. As you can see here, this is our folder that if we want to work with it, you can be able to what? To do anything here. You can right click again to create another folder. That means you are creating a subdirectory of your folder. Let's assume you are working in the certain department, maybe finance. So you can now create a folder called finance, meaning that that folder is for that very particular department. So, and also we have different projects in finance, maybe renovations, maybe construction of a new building, construction of a new block, construction of a new road. So all this sort of construction, you can be able to create their folders here. So how to create these folders here? You can still right click and select new, or you can come from this place and you now select folder. Once you select this folder, it means you can be able to type. Let's assume you want to type construction of a road. So you are done with this, you can still double click to open. So as you can see, these are what? These are the folders that directory here, or we have the same child directory on the same root directory. So this is how you create your folders. So also here, if you want to do anything, like you want to edit something, assuming you want to edit this, you can now press your F2. Once you press your F2, you can be able to type anything, or you right click and select rename. You can right click on this and then select rename. From here, as you can see, remember I tell you that we are working with what? With Windows 11 Pro. So you need to come to this more. Once you click on the more, you have rename again. So you can type your rename and that's okay. So we also have what we call copy, paste, and cut. So what copies does is that it's going to replicate the file that you are having or the folder that you are having. You copy it, you take it somewhere. We also have what we call cut. So once you are cutting, it's just like you're moving something from its original position to a different position or a different location. So that means you cut, you remove something from that particular place and take it somewhere. So that means you are cutting now. So we have what we call pasting. Pasting what is the ability to now drop those items or those icons or those folders you have copied earlier. So you have copied them, so now is what you are going to paste them. So all these sort of things, we have their shortcut. To code, we have Control X. You can just select that very particular folder or item that you want to code. You now press Control close. The plus now doesn't mean that you're going to press plus sign. It means together. Control, you now press your X, you cut now. You will see now it will be somehow deactivated and be in what? In a gray. So you now choose the location where you want to paste. you can right click and select paste, or you use a shortcut key called Control V. And also the copy, you can use Control C, or you right click and select copy, you move to a desired location and select paste. So these operations is applicable even if you are working with your external drive. The only thing fixed in your external drive, if it is a handset, then especially the Android ones, you have fixed it there. You need to change from your transfer or from your tendering to what, to transfer file. That is from that icon that used to pop up on the system, on a mobile device. So as you select this, so you can move to this very place called computer or this PC. You can open it, so you can see any available drive you might have here. So that's what, if you want to locate any external drive, from there you can be able to navigate. So this is the same thing. If you want to copy something from this your external drive, all it need to you locate the file you want to move, you copy or you cut, and you dump it on your system, or from a system to your external drive. You can locate it anywhere and copy using that operation of Control C, Control V, and Control X. Any one you wish, you just pick it and then drop it on a desired location on your system. So I hope this is very explanatory and familiar. So this is how you use this. Again, if you want to close this particular window, you can use a closing arrow here, or you use your Alt F3, you are done, or sorry, Alt F4, you are done with this. So another thing we want to see here is that if you want to personalize this very environment, you want to change desktop background, or you want to change any theme or anything, so you can just right click on this, you choose personalize. So from this your personalize, you can be able to select what type of environment do you want to, is it this one, or anything you wish, you can change them. You see I'm changing, so and we can see the effect, isn't it? So this is how you now take changes on your what, on your Windows 11 Pro. So this might be a different if you're using a lower version of this my window, or a higher version of this my window. So also we have what we call, from here, from this very particular point that we are seeing, this particular date and time, you can be able to adjust. But this thing is not normally applicable on any system unless if you are battling with a battery. Maybe your battery, or CMOS battery, we call it CMOS battery, it's an internal battery. Maybe that battery is now getting aging or is dying. So the only thing you will do here is just right click and select adjust date and time. From here you can be able to just follow the prompt there about yes, no, you select your category or whatsoever you want to pick. So you now change the date and time. That's for this again. So if you want to check a what, information about your system, you come to this PC, you right click the PC, you select properties. Once you select these properties, you will see this very environment will appear, like telling you that you can be able to rename this PC, and the name of the PC is what, Mabamanga PC. It's an HP Elite 840 G3, that's the 3 generation. We have device specification, all these of specification. So it means even if you want to buy a system, so you can come here and now see the what, this particular information. So all your information, computer configuration or computer specification lies here. So you can also move around and see all these places if you want to. So this again for this computer information, and again we have properties that you need to see. Maybe like you have an Ethernet cable that you fix, it's not working, or you have your volume is not working, or any additional drive that you fix in it not working, and you want to improve it or to do something like this. So you can come to this very particular place, you right click. If it's a lower version, you can see manage here, but this is not the lower version, is Windows 11 Pro. You just click on this show more. Once you're on show more, you can see manage. So you click on the manage, you wait for the what, for the dialogs box to open. So you can see from here, we can see we have these particular system tools where you can be able to do all sort of devices here, like device manager, performance of the system, anything that you want to do. But here we want to do what? A device manager. You can just double click on it and wait for it to open. Like if you have any issue regarding your audio, both audio input and output, you can come here. You just need to right click and then you scan for any changes, or you go to properties and update. Or once you select here, you come to these particular options, you see them here. This one you upload or you take it off, this one properties, this one if you want to any help. So this now is for what? Scanning any changes, and this is what if you want to add any driver regarding this very. So the same thing here, the same thing, all these what information that you want to work with. So like now is querying my Intel high definition audio. So with this, if really this thing doesn't function well, you can right click on it then and update that very particular browser. Remember, I'm connected. Once I said update, it will now locate any place that this thing or this software exists and then update it. I hope we are following. So please don't forget to share our video, like and comment. If there is any gray area that you want us to explain further, you can still ask us to do so. If there is any advice you want to give us, you can also be able to do it. Just remember that this community, we are trying to see how people now become computer literate, and also we have packages for the what? For the expert. So we are going to be following it a bit by bit. So this how you go about this. So another thing I want to show you here, since we are now introducing our computer system, we have two basic important things here which we call a temp. Like assuming you have been working with your computer for a days or a number of days, that you want is like it's misbehaving, like it's experience slow in operation, it's not fast like before. So all you need to do, you can come to this start menu. You now type percentage temp in capital letters and again percentage. So with this, what happened is not showing. You have percentage, you have temp, percentage again. So you have this. So you can double click on this to open. So these very particular folders we are seeing, you can highlight them all and now press delete from your keyboard, or you right click and select delete. As we can see here, is processing to the extent that it will ask whether to progress or not. Me, I will just cancel. I don't need to delete anything for now because there is a programming that have taken place in temp, so I can cancel this thing out. So you can cancel, make sure that it cancels. So that's for this. Once you wipe this thing out, it will free a lot of memories. So these very particular folders now or files been created due to what? Frequent operations of your folders or files. So there is another thing we call from your utility software called disk defragmentation or disk defragmenter. All you need to do, type defragment here. So we see this very particular distance. So it used to optimize your drivers. So like this one, if you can see on the current status, it was okay. So the last 3 days I've run this very particular operation, so I don't even need to run it. But surely in case if you need to run it again, you can just click on this optimize and wait for this operation to finish analyzing. Once it's finished analyzing, it will now ask you to do any further action. You follow it. It also frees many spaces so that your computer can perform very fast and efficient. So I believe we don't have any issue regarding what? Regarding this particular introduction to computer system. It means if you have a computer or if you have any availability or access to computer, you can be able to by now to create folders, manipulate folders, move folders from one location to another, from your handset to the system, from a system to a handset. So how you can work with a left click, right click, how you can be able to delete your temp, how you can be able to what? A clean up or optimize your drivers. So if there is any lapses in the driver, you can be able to go to your PC, right click, select manage, select any of those drivers, and then you try to update